I think we're having this conversation at such an interesting time. I've been reading the last week or so. I picked up this book called *Sapiens*. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So, and it's like this guy is just telling the story about our entire history from a very objective and fact-based, point of view. He's still he's using facts to, present information and be like, this is kind of who we've been the entire time. And for me, when I read your article about the defining yourself, defining who you are as either as closer to the self, like is this my identity, or do I have a role to play in a larger system? And personally, like, as much as I want to believe that I'm an individual who can do whatever he wants and can believe whatever he wants and can have any identity that I want to take on, a part of me kind of likes the idea of being a participant in a bigger system, that, like, for me, then, because I alone am just one, but if I can be part of a collective story, if I can be part of a bigger story, then that would be my purpose, I guess, which I think you also explored a little bit, the idea of the seductiveness of having a purpose. And is that something that is just human, or is it a choice? Like, what do you think about that?
It's the ultimate romance, and I mean, I don't think I'm taking a stand here for the self as opposed to the system here. It's the ultimate balancing act we do in our lives. And in one moment, you may fall back on one end of the pole. I mean, by the pole, I'm referring to two ends where you have yourself in one end, you have I'm using the word again, system, with a lot of caution here, because the moment you use the word system these days, it is referred to as something that is ugly and something that is too bigger than yourself. Right. So I'm conscious of using that word here. So to come to your specific point, I would be lying if I say there's no allure of the system. So everybody, we are part of a larger story, like it or not, and that's the ultimate allure, and where you are constantly trying to sort of build your own. In Ramayana, there's a whole tale where a squirrel goes and contributes a small stone pebble to the bridge. When Ram was building, when he was trying to cross from India to Sri Lanka. It's like everybody is trying to build their own, trying to gather their own squirrel and drop into the ocean to build that bridge and to move forward. So that push is always going to be there, and that you can't deny that, and nor you can't deny that at all. So the question is, in terms of do I when I'm doing the work, I am definitely in more attuned to what the larger purpose is. But when I'm not doing the work, can I get back to where I am? And it's interesting that you mention Sapiens' work, because I think I find it very beautiful work for a very different reason. I don't know if you know, actually, the author, Yuval Noah Harari, is a practitioner of a meditation technique called the Vipassana.
Yes.
So in some of I think one of the interviews, he talks about saying that it was this Vipassana practice that gave him the central insight about distinguishing between what is a story and what is a reality. And I think he has taken that distinction to its logical end in the work that he does as a historian. And that's that's the underlying theme you would see in the book as well, where he is constantly trying to show you the difference between what is a story and what is real.